So today I want to talk a little bit about House Bill 23-1171, which was the Just Cause Eviction Bill, and also House Bill 23-1115, which was the bill that would have repealed the prohibition against rent control. So both of these bills were successfully killed in the 2023 legislative year. However, the bill sponsors have indicated on both bills that they plan on bringing it back to session in 2024. So this is something that should concern all of us. Basically, our victory in 2023, which was huge and amazing, bought us only a little bit of breathing time, a little bit of space to plan and regroup and try to come up with our strategy for fighting it again next year. So it's really important that we look at, number one, how detrimental both of these bills would have been to the rental market in Colorado, as well as what we can do to educate our legislators, as well as other landlords, and try to band together in order to prevent these from ever either being heard again or from being passed next year. So the Just Cause Bill 1171 essentially would have created perpetual leases in Colorado. The property owner would have lost the right to non-renew a tenant unless they violated either your lease substantially, so not just a violation of the lease, but a substantial violation, or they refused to pay rent, or they did not let a vendor in. Essentially, that's it. Other than that, it doesn't matter if they are a bad tenant, if they pay their rent on time, but they bother the neighbors, or they have a bunch of HOA violations piling up. There's nothing that you could have done to remove them. You can still sell your property with the proper notice. You could move back into your property with the proper notice, and you could also renovate or demolish your property, or otherwise take it out of the rental or sales market completely. So that was the only way that you could have removed your house from the rental market. And there's no way to get rid of a bad tenant who isn't in violation of essentially the law. So this is something that everybody was very much glad to see die. At the very last minute, it was killed by calendar, but we don't want to see it come up again next year. And now touching on 1115, the rent control bill. Essentially what this would have done is repealed Colorado's statewide ban on rent control, and it would have been a disaster. So the argument that the bill sponsors had was that the bill did not enact rent control. It just allowed for some cities or municipalities or counties, if they so chose, to enact rent control. But the thing that we were most afraid of is the spillover effect. So Denver County or the city of Denver enacts rent control. Well, how does that affect the city of Aurora? How does that affect the city of Littleton? So it goes beyond what we were seeing just within one city. So these are both, like I said, bills that the bill sponsors are intending to bring back into 2024, and we need to be prepared to testify against them, to lobby against them. So if you have contacts up on the Hill, if you have someone who knows or can get you in touch with your local representative or your local senator, please do so, and just try and educate everybody you can about how detrimental these bills would have been to the Colorado rental market as a whole.